What is up, guys? Welcome back to Wrestling Crossroads. As always, I am one half your Dynamic Duo Twisted, here with Hex.
Hello.
And we are recapping AEW's Forbidden Door that they do with New Japan Pro Wrestling every year. We do apologize for getting this out kind of late. We were having some technical difficulties when we went to record the first time, and the second, and the third. So now that we got everything back up and working again, hopefully this gets out to you guys and we can really get this out and back on track, because we have a lot of things we got to cover this weekend. We got Money in the Bank for WWE, and we got Heatwave for NXT. So getting right into it, we do again apologize that all this has already been out and we've been past, what is it, Collision Rampage? Or no, Dynamite Rampage.
And Dynamite, yep.
And we're getting this out the day of AEW's Collision, so more things could have transpired that led further on in these matches or what have you. Starting us off, we actually opened up with Hechicero versus MJF. This match was very evenly matched until Hechicero started attacking I believe it was the right arm of MJF, even though he had injured the left.
Oops.
But, yeah, well, kind of went... It's kind of like Flash. Can't tell the left from the right sometimes. And obviously Hechicero...
Me too, honestly, sometimes. So on my bad days, I'm just like, where am I?
I felt that. He did lock in a submission on MJF, putting a lot more strain on that arm. But ultimately, with having the home crowd advantage and kind of making up for where he was last year at this point, MJF picking up the win. Now, if you'd like to take us into our next match, Miss Hex.
Alright, our next match was between the Young Bucks and Kazuchika Okada versus the Acclaimed and Tanahashi. I was excited for this match. I don't know about you, but Forbidden Door is kind of exciting for me, even though this is my second Forbidden Door. It's a chance for me to see, it's for all of us to see, New Japan.
Yes.
And a chance for them to show us their best. Mm-hmm. And so I look forward to the announcing on who from New Japan's coming, because I look forward to who's new that's coming. Who's going to really, make me say, I see
Who's going to get on your radar, more or less.
And I think Tanahashi was the one out of the entire pay-per-view that really was like, whoa.
Yeah.
He's
the president of New Japan Pro Wrestling, as they call him.
Mr. President.
Mr. President.
Maybe they should have had Tony Storm out to greet him.
Oh, Lord.
Watch for the shoe. But it was, in the beginning, Okada refused to step in the ring with Tanahashi. I'm sure they have some
they've had a lot going back and forth. If I remember correctly, hearing from commentary, Okada was the longest reigning champion until Tanahashi held the title and broke his record. Or it was the other way around, but one or the other broke each other's record. So
one or the other, yeah.
One or the other. One of the men broke the other man's record.
It was a beautiful match. Mm-hmm. It was entertaining. There was a lot going on. There wasn't a moment, I think, for me personally at least, that I was bored. Yeah. It was a great match.
I did think it took a bit to get started, though, personally.
It was, but some
matches are that way.
Some of the best matches start off boring and slow. Mm-hmm. But,
I think it was the whole dancing from Okada. Do I want to be in the ring? Do I not want to be in the ring? Whatever.
It's the taunting, it's the mind games, it's the I don't want to be in the ring with you right now because you're too strong and I want to have an easy time. Yeah. But ultimately, Okada picked up the win over Tanahashi. I wasn't surprised.
No.
The Young Bucks and Okada are on a roll with Jack Perry.
Yeah, you were saying that in the pre-show too.
As their pit bull, essentially. Afterwards, however, Okada did try to attack Tanahashi, and Billy Gunn did save Tanahashi.
I like when they were going up the ramp, it was Okada and one of the Young Bucks, and he was like, it's just Forbidden Door. It's just, fun. It's for fun. Like, no, you attacking somebody when they're already clearly knocked out, because Tanahashi had enough issues getting out of the ring after the Rainmaker from Okada no, it's not fun at that point anymore. I do love their entrance with him, though, where the Young Bucks will come in and they'll drop that coin and it goes instantly into Okada's entrance.
That is slick. I do like that entrance, for sure.
I honestly, when we talk about Brother Pyro, and we think about how he is.
You do feel me glaring at you through this microphone, Brother Pyro. I've had about enough of this. You need to come back because I miss you, and so does Twisted.
I think you miss him a little more than me. I think we get into too many arguments at this point. But, I feel like this would be something, if you were to give Brother Pyro a way to make an entrance, that would be it. A transitional entrance from one person into another. I think that would be it, definitely.
It was unique. Very unique.
It's done very well. Going into the next match, this was the Owen Hart quarterfinals. So it was not the finals, it was the quarterfinals. So in our pre-show, we were a little wrong with that, unfortunately. Bryan Danielson versus Shingo. How do you pronounce the last name?
Where is it? Oh, Shingo Takagi?
Takagi, okay. With this match, Shingo was really, obviously we know, if you followed Bryan Danielson forever, he has a lot of injuries. You know that he was retired for some bit because of a neck injury that was equal to Adam Copeland's and Soraya's.
Is he okay, though? Is Bryan Danielson okay? He's always injured now.
He is, but that's always been him ever since he was in WWE and he took a missed spot with Kane.
So we should call him the klutz of AEW then? He's always getting...
Oh, Lord. Well, he's not...
No disrespect, he's a phenomenal...
He's not on the shelf getting injured, he's gone for some time. But this man doesn't know his... And a oop to Darby Allin.
I miss him.
This was, with Bryan, it's just kind of he doesn't know when to quit, and he's kind of always been that way in the wrestling world.
Never say die.
This has been his love, and I remember back when he was with WWE, they did an episode of, I want to say it was either Total Divas or Total Bellas, which was a good insight to everybody's, backyard, essentially.
Come to the barbecue.
They did an episode where he went to go talk to Natalya Neidhart's husband, TJ. And they were talking, and his name, TJ is one of the nicknames they call him. His name is Tyson Kidd. And they went and talked to him, and he had, said, hey, what about becoming a coach? And Bryan just, went home and broke down because all he's wanted to do was wrestle. Mm-hmm. So he wanted to get back in the ring, and they're trying to give him some form of still being with the ring and still being there. Yeah. But he loves wrestling so much that once he got the chance to come back, he went full send with it.
Fair enough.
This has been his love since...
Before he had a wife and kid.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, the fact that he's been wrestling for so long and now he's made this promise to Birdie.
He don't even look that old either.
No, but it's all the injuries, the concussions that he's had, the multiple neck surgeries and all this. It's just kind of really catching up, and I agree with Bree that we would rather see him be able to come back every once in a while after he retires from full-time in-ring competition, rather than seeing him show up on our ramp in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
So.
Or even not seeing him at all.
Yeah, definitely.
Anymore. He's just poof.
Yeah, definitely. That when he was injured way back when was really, really scary because there was no telling what could have happened.
Right.
But Shingo was really good at exploiting all of his injuries, the newer ones that he's got with all the tape in the back.
Man.
Yeah.
The amount of tape some of these wrestlers end up
Dax
wearing
Harwood is the same way.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm. There was a beautiful back and forth between these two. Shingo really, again, attacking the injuries. Bryan trying so hard to get away from him to try his own defense and really trying the offense that he's known for. There was a lot of near falls, but this ended up stopping, they don't necessarily know, via referee stoppage, we believe, is what the commentators were saying, because Shingo couldn't tap. So, winner of this match and moving on to face Pac, which he already did this week.
The Boston Pac.
was Bryan Danielson. I will let you have your favorite match next. I love you.
She says that so loosely. All right.
I love you.
Those of you who know me long enough should know when I announce this one. AEW Women's Championship. Mina Shirakawa versus Toni Storm. This love triangle thing with Mariah May is just...
It's really cringy and a little sickening in my point of view.
I mean, I'm already a little nauseous just sitting here, but that didn't help.
I did like how they started off this match, though, with Mariah May standing in the ring with the flowers in pure Japanese tradition for the flower girl, or however they say it.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it wasn't a strong match.
No.
It wasn't.
I think most of the hits felt very weak. Looked very weak. Definitely.
Yeah. They didn't perform to at least my liking. And I guess I was more disappointed in our Women's Championship going into this because we should expect more from her.
Yeah, definitely.
And it was just, yeah, like you said, weak-looking hits. It looked just almost like they were newbies.
Yeah.
And it was not the most interesting.
Am I the only one that was a little cringed at Mira's entrance? I don't know why, but it felt really cringy. Like, Toni Storm's, Timeless Toni, I could expect her entrance of her. I've never seen Mira in a ring, but her entrance was just a little cringy for me. I don't know if I was the only one that felt that.
You'd rather have to watch for the shoe.
Yeah, definitely. Let's talk post-match with this one.
We didn't say who won.
Oh, yeah.
The winner is Toni Storm. She retained.
That's kind of obvious at this point.
It's kind of, yeah, it is.
I don't think we have the right challenger, as Brother Pyro would say it, for her.
Yeah, and we already talked about it going into this. There's already a weird love triangle thing going on. Well, it gets weirder.
Yep.
After the match, because as if she couldn't just let them go their separate ways. In comes Mariah May, with what? Champagne, because she is bound and determined to make her friends like each other. Although I'm not sure transitioning from a hug to a three-way kiss in the middle of the ring would warrant that type of beautiful friendship blossoming. That sounds more like they're preparing for some X-rated content on OnlyFans later.
Ugh. They did an interview or a video on Instagram after where Mariah May was in the middle and she had her hands on both their butts and they were holding hands behind her. And they were trying to question Toni about the match. And Toni goes, "Can you not see? Like, we're good. Okay, goodbye." And just kept walking as if she didn't have a whole hand on her ass.
How am I going to... I just don't know. AEW, they just seem to let things fly between groins in the face and shaking your butt on people's faces. And
oh my god.
Scissor me daddy ass and...
You know, I have...
Shiver me timbers, and the such.
As much as I hated the Acclaimed in the beginning, they have really grown on me and became one of my favorite tag teams.
They are a hit.
And that would surprise the hell out of Brother Pyro to hear. So it's a good thing he's not here, because
But he'll be listening later. He'll be watching or listening for me glaring into the microphone.
He better be. Otherwise, I'll kick his butt the next time I see him. Going into our next match, we have Zack Sabre Jr. taking on Orange Cassidy. Before this match had started, they really did a very beautiful video package with it, kind of showing how these men feel about each other, which was nice for me because I was kind of behind in AEW, and really seeing where this started from was nice. It was very beautiful back and forth throughout a majority of this match. No one really had the upper hand.
No, it was pretty healthy exchange.
Yes. Honestly, there was a moment in this match where there was multiple pinning combinations. You were rolling from a 1 count to a 1 count to a 1 count.
That seems to happen whenever Orange Cassidy's in the ring, though. They're just rolling.
Yeah, and then he did the I'm going to pin you with my hands in my pockets bridge
I remember
thing.
that. What a goober.
It actually got a 2 count on that one, which was, you could tell at that moment Zach was kind of getting a little tired. But, even after the orange punch, which the commentators did note that most times you wouldn't be getting up from an orange punch. However, with all the damage done to Cassidy's hand as of late and prior, that it might not be as effective anymore. So it might be time for Cassidy to start looking for a new finisher.
I mean, I strongly believe we're about to see a whole new Orange Cassidy soon.
I believe so too.
So who's to say he doesn't end up with a whole new finisher?
And you really took the words right out of my mouth with it, definitely. I do agree. I think we're going to see a whole new Orange Cassidy with this time.
Mm-hmm.
But picking up the win was Zack Sabre Jr. He had Orange with his arms behind him, legs contorted. He had no way of even tapping, actually. He had to verbally say, I quit, I'm done. Which, if you know Orange, he's never one to really just give up. Into our next match, my lovely Hex, with the people you absolutely adore.
You're giving me all the greatest matches. I mean, I adore the latter half of the people. Anyway,
well, I have to get you sassy on the first half.
Let me get ready for this. We have the Learning Tree.
Oh, Lordy.
He makes me want to bury myself under a tree.
I felt that.
So that being Chris Jericho, Big Bill, and Jeff Cobb,
who was standing in for
Bounty Hunter Brian Keith.
Yes.
Who has an injured arm, I believe,
due to Samoa Joe, Hook, and Shibata.
Speaking of that, that's who they were facing. How did you know? Anyway, it's not like you watched it.
No, I just took notes. I skimmed through everything.
Funny enough, before the match, the crowd was shouting, what?
Please retire.
Gee, I wonder who they were shouting at. They ever since he came out with the Learning Tree business, that's what happens, is they're chanting, please retire. In other words, we're sick of you.
You know what's hilarious? His brother Pyro was saying the same thing, and that's one of his favorites. Yeah, he was agreeing. That's hilarious.
I also agree. Please retire.
We're done. We're done with all these Jericho. I'm sorry.
Just, the multiple personalities is accumulating into bipolar disorder. I'm sure.
I don't even think it's bipolar. I think it's, borderline personality disorder at this point.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, as we started the match, Jericho's team did have the upper hand from the start. As it does, eventually chaos ensues. As does any 6-man tag. Let's be real. There's always chaos.
Yeah, definitely.
The referee is not going to be able to stop 6 big men, especially with the likes of Big Bill and Samoa Joe in that ring.
And the Jeff Cobb as well, another big man.
Well, Joe and Shibata had Big Bill and Cobb neutralized, and someone was hit with their own move to end it, weren't they? With a Judas effect to Jericho from Hook, the 1, 2, 3 winners, Hook, Joe, and Shibata.
I think that is absolutely, poetry in motion for Jericho to be hit with his own move and to take the L that way.
He's going to turn it around to be like, see, you learned from me.
Yes.
Because he used his move. He could have used Big Bill's. He could have used Jeff Cobb, whoever he is.
Cobb's.
He's a Cobb.
He could have used his own. He could have used Samoa Joe's.
He could have used Shibata's. But he chose Jericho's, which will come back to feed Jericho's ego. He won't even notice that as a loss. He'll be like, oh, see? You've been learning. You're still learning. Blah, blah. I'm so far up the tree.
Whatever. Kiss my ass and fall out of the tree. I'm sorry. Excuse my French, but Jericho just makes me very angry with this whole Learning Tree.
Jericho as a person makes me angry.
I felt that. Next match, we have the TNT Championship ladder match. TNT title is currently vacated due to an injured Adam Copeland. I know you're so sad about that.
I don't see clearly.
I wonder... Okay, before we get into the members of this match, the last time we saw Adam Copeland in the ring, it was for the TNT Championship Steel Cage match against Malachi Black. And there was the stipulation on it that if Malachi loses, House of Black goes to Copeland. Do you think they're going to continue with that storyline when he comes back, or do you think they're just going to drop it?
Nope. Quite like what they did with MJF when they came back, they just dropped it completely.
Yeah.
What was it? Who had mentioned who is the Undisputed Kingdom anymore? Was it Desario?
I believe it was Desario.
As whoever said that, I agreed with their thinking completely. Me and Cauldron were left looking at each other like, so why is he fighting them instead of the Undisputed Kingdom or even Samoa Joe? He had a hand in it.
So I had shared into our wrestling group chat something from a group I follow on Facebook, which is the Pro Wrestling World. And they had said, and I quote verbatim, "What is the point of the Undisputed Kingdom? We all saw the climax back at World's End of the Devil storyline, and it was revealed to be Adam Cole and the Undisputed Kingdom causing MJF's problems all along. Since then, both Adam and MJF have sat considerable amount of time on the sidelines due to injury. Recently, MJF returned, though, and since then, he's ignored the UK and already turned heel. I know Cole is still injured, but what about when he comes back? Is he just going to ignore MJF? We going to turn the UK face? Make MJF already turn face again, like the Big Show? It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. You'd think they'd have been having MJF feud with the other members of the group until Cole returns, but no. He's been feuding with Garcia and Ospreay. So give me your opinions on what you think the point of this was, essentially." Desario had gone back and said, "Agreed, this just highlights AEW and their lack of caring about their stories."
Not to mention that I read a interesting article on the recently departed from AEW Ethan Page, who talked about the organization backstage between both companies, and he said that he is in awe of how the WWE functions in comparison because it's so disorganized behind AEW's backstage.
That really wouldn't
I'm not
surprise
surprised.
me. No.
I'm not at all.
There's so many times where AEW will start a storyline and then just immediately drop it.
I mean, we had 3 rapid-fire AEW people come join NXT.
Mm-hmm.
You wonder why. And then Ethan Page comes out and says this.
And another thing is, like, he also brings in so many big stars. So many stars that could really help elevate the company. Uses them for all of 2 months and then discards them like they're nothing, like Saraya.
Like, what's going to happen when Adam Copeland comes back? And is he just going to be a lackey again? Yep. Like, I'm not sure this is what Adam Copeland will have envisioned for himself.
That's just like Mercedes Mone. Right now, she is the new shiny toy. In the next couple of months, she will not matter.
Ricky Starks is another frustrated superstar.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, definitely.
Where is he? Like,
yeah, no.
Can we bring him back, please? Stop adding all these new people from, like, Mexico and CMLL and all these other people. Stop. I mean, bring back our people.
You know, these are people that have really been there since the coup of AEW starting, and you're just overlooking and ignoring them. I swear we sound like Brother Pyro going on a rant right now, but...
We are going on a rant. We should probably get back to
it's in all reality, we're not wrong, and it's the saddest part that you have people who have been watching wrestling for this long, and we're getting this aggravated with this product.
And I haven't even been watching that long.
No, but even like when you used to watch WWE when you were younger.
Yeah, I remember.
You don't ever, even when Vince was in power, you don't remember storylines getting cut this early. Did they drag out? Yes. Did they get cut at a reasonable time? Yes.
I would rather it drag out.
No.
I would rather it drag out forever than it be just like,
ignored.
Where'd it go?
Right.
What happened to you?
Rather than it be just entirely ignored. Going back into the match we were talking about, TNT Championship ladder match, consisted of Mark Briscoe, Dante Martin, El Fantasmo, Lio Rush, Jack Perry, and the name that Takeshita.
Konosuke Takeshita.
I can never pronounce his name correctly because when I read it, it gives me something completely different in my head.
Yeah, I understand because we joke about it all the time.
It's not even that, it's just how it flows. I want to say the
It doesn't look like it should be said, like, it doesn't look like it should be pronounced as nicely as it is. Because it obviously, it's not an English name.
No. Beginning of the match, like, immediate beginning, Jack Perry was targeted and taken out by, if I remember correctly, Takeshita. There was obviously a lot of chaos. This was a train wreck, which happens with ladder matches.
It is chaos. Ladder matches equal chaos. It doesn't matter if you're CMLL and New Japan, WWE, ladder matches are chaos.
Yes.
And they're crazy.
I cannot wait for Money in the Bank because that'll be another chaos. Mark Briscoe did use the ladder as a helicopter and took out Takeshita on the outside. Also sandwiching Takeshita between a ladder and a table when he took him out.
Night-night.
There was a lot of moments in this match where people were taken out either on the outside or just left passed out in the ring. Also, I want to point out that majority of the time when somebody was getting up the ladder and going for the title, Leo Rush was the one stopping them. Mm-hmm. Especially Jack Perry. Which was absolutely beautiful, and I really rooted for him anytime he ran up that ladder.
You just loved Leo Rush.
I did, especially even when he was in WWE. Mm-hmm. He was one of my favorites, aside from being Bobby Lashley's lackey, because then all I heard was Lashley, and it was annoying. At the top of the ladder, there was a moment between El Phantasmo and Jack Perry where he actually twisted his nipples, and on commentary, I thought you'd love this. They had said, "What are you doing? This isn't a Tony Storm match."
I didn't notice that. That's incredible.
When I saw it, I had to write it down for myself so I wouldn't forget. I was like, "Oh, Hex is gonna absolutely love this."
That's incredible.
Takeshita. See, I mispronounce it anytime I reread it. Takeshita. Took out El Phantasmo with a beautiful blue thunder bomb through 2 tables on the outside, ending the match, climbing to the top, and now your new TNT champion, Lord help me, the Scapegoat, Jack frickin' Perry.
I wish I could say I was surprised, but I called it.
You absolutely did. Your favorite Woman of the Night's match is next, and that is yours, lovely.
You set this up.
I did not.
You set this up.
AEW set it up. You yell
Let
at
it be noted to the Crossroads community that Twisted hates me.
Oh, that is a lie. If I hated you, I'd have Desario on.
That's mean. Anyway, title for title. TBS champion Mercedes, I'm not saying her last name, versus NJPW Strong Women's Champion Stephanie Vacher. I'm going
more than one title.
I'm going to say this, like I say this all the time. Mercedes Mone is only good for dancing at the top of the ring and running her mouth.
At the top of the ramp, you mean?
I don't care what I said. What did I say though?
Top of the ring.
I mean, yeah, sure. She's standing on the top of that ring. Alright, so out the gate, we had viciousness from Stephanie Vacher. And which was, let's be real, I loved watching that. And anytime where Mercedes is getting battered, I'm for.
I believe Stephanie was the one that really kind of had the upper hand in this match.
She did for the majority of it. So, which honestly doesn't look good for AEW's biggest paid woman in the industry. Like,
you're getting your butt beat this badly. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Not a good thing.
There were an annoying amount of crossfaces in this match. Can we hit someone with a different submission, please? What's with all the crossfaces? There's so many submissions that you can enact. It's always crossface until I feel like I'm getting one from the TV screen.
I know that when Mercedes used to be formerly known as Sasha Banks in WWE, her submission was a crossface. It was called the Bank Statement. Now they just call it a crossface.
And I'm still yawning about it.
I know, I'm
gonna start to yawn when we talk about a Mercedes Mone match because she's boring.
Anything, even Mercedes Mone on commentary, you mute your TV.
And because Crybaby Khan needs to make his money, the winner, and now a holder of 2 titles, Mercedes Mone getting hit with Stephanie Vaquer getting hit with Moneymaker into the crossface. Yeah. Into the tap out to lose.
Yes, unfortunately.
However, she got shown up.
She got shown up. I felt afterwards. Oh my god.
Her moment was ruined after the match when a returning Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, returned. And let me tell you, the amount of joy that me and Twisted felt specifically was incredible. I remember specifically when she came out, I was like, yes, now beat her butt. Because I'm going to be nice on the podcast. And let me tell you, on Dynamite...
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah? Were there words exchanged?
There were words. I will pull it up after this recording so you can see it. In fact, I'll get it ready.
Definitely. I am excited because I cannot wait to see Britt Baker back in a ring. I have loved her since I started watching AEW. She has come so far. And the fact that when they did kind of what WWE did and made their own reality show to show the backstage portion of them, it was awesome to see how much she really cares for this industry by not going after a title when she could have. You know, she had so many chances and she just kind of looked at, I forgot who she was talking to, but she was talking to someone and she's like, no, I really don't care, honestly. I don't want to go for this title because of X, Y, and Z. I want other women to be able to go for this championship.
All I care about is in the end of this, Mercedes gets stripped of the title.
I cannot wait because I think it's time to have a title around the waist of Britt Baker to really make it something.
I don't care how much money Tony Khan spent. Let's put someone interesting in that ring holding that title.
Alright. Next up, the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship, Jon Moxley.
My boy.
Taking on...
Tetsuya Niato.
Yeah, Niato.
Tetsuya Niato.
I'm not
I got you.
Try with the first name.
I got you.
Niato was this was my first time ever seeing him in a ring. And seeing what he can do was absolutely amazing. I think that was one that kind of got on your radar.
Another incredible athlete from New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Yes. I'm glad that the title's going back to Japan.
Some impressive candidates.
Yes.
Coming from there.
With this match, there was a moment where Niato had speared Jon Moxley next to the announce desk and actually took out a member of staff that they were both laying on.
Oh.
Yes.
I forgot about that part.
I don't know kind of where we go from there with that member of staff being taken out.
I'm going to blame it on Britt Baker and me not remembering that. I was still very, very hyped for Miss Britt Baker.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mox.
I don't think Mox would have an issue with it.
I don't think Mox cares to know who I am anyway, so it's fine.
It was very evenly back and forth throughout this whole match. It was very slower pace than I'm used to with the Jon Moxley.
Yeah,
no
definitely.
Blood.
Yeah, which was on itself for a Moxley match, because you know me, whenever I talk about Moxley matches, where there's Mox, there's blood.
Yeah, definitely. Although the last couple times that we've mentioned something about a Moxley match and there being blood, there hasn't been.
I need to stop saying it. We need to bring Moxley back to who he is, and that's a bloody bastard. I love it.
Yeah. You know, honestly, unfortunately for this being a Moxley match, there's not really anything else very memorable. The only thing that really also caught my eye that was kind of a whole thing for the entire show was the camera angles were very weird. If you notice when we were going through this match, they would zoom out at moments that weren't appropriate for zooming out. They would go kind of over everything, or they would overly zoom into a face. They did that even with the TNT Championship match when Jack Perry was taken down, and they were like right in his face as he's just staring at the camera like, I'm supposed to be asleep. My eyes are still open. It was a knockout, essentially. You know, like, his eyes are wide open, and it just, the angles were off all night. It was a little weird. But picking up the win ultimately with this one was Naito, who, and this now makes him, they did point this out, the 8th and 10th IWGP champion.
Poor Mox.
Because Mox beat Niato originally for this title.
I know. Mox needs to become more of a presence where he is mainly, which is here. But, speaking though, in the same breath, Mercedes is now holding a championship that belongs to New Japan, so it's not going to be too long till she, I assume, loses it to someone in New Japan.
Yes. And I'll let you take us into our main event.
At least you gave me a good match.
I did. And that match was phenomenal.
A fantastic match.
Mm-hmm.
A fantastic match. Speaking of this fantastic match, it was for the AEW World Championship between Swerve Strickland versus Ospreay. I love both of these men.
Ozzy.
They are both such incredible athletes.
They are.
Especially with how young Ospreay is. But I've said again the same thing about WWE's Rhea Ripley. She's impressive for her age. Same with Will Ospreay.
Definitely.
He is impressive for her age.
Our aerial assassin.
Our aerial assassin, right. So, Ospreay's entrance honored, I don't even know. What is it? Hayabusa. His name on his wrist and his non's name, who passed away earlier in that week, if I'm remembering the timeline correctly. You could see that he was still not okay from it. I don't know if you noticed, but when he entered, the arena, he would do that. He would, not only that, is he would avert his head a little more, because to avoid people seeing that he was tearing up and not okay.
Still
very raw. He's obviously someone that when he loves very deeply, and the loss is weighing on him heavily, and you can see it.
He's such a genuine human being.
He seems like it. He seems to be one of those that wears his heart on his sleeve.
The last AEW pay-per-view that me and Brother Pyro covered together, he had injured or knocked out Bryan Danielson in their match with the Tiger Driver. And he went on a press conference afterwards and announced that he will no longer be using that move because although 99% of the time it is safe, he just found that 1% where it wasn't, and he retired the move entirely.
Yeah.
So to have him do that off of just one time, his first time facing this opponent, and him just being like, yep, nope, never doing that again. That really shows a genuine human
I remember
being.
that incident with Bryan Danielson. Mm-hmm. I remember the look of absolute horror on his face. He was upset.
And the only reason why he finished the match was because he did not see the ref wave him off.
Yep, and you can see it when they played back the footage. He didn't see anything.
No.
This wasn't a malicious anything, which is so far out of
Don Callis.
Out of Ospreay's wheelhouse.
I was gonna say it's so
it's
far
a Callis
out
thing. He wouldn't care about
the Don Callis family.
He loved that, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. But then he got mad when Ospreay cared about him and stayed in the ring.
Well, that's why Ospreay later on down the road left the Don Callis family. But he did this week. Dynamite, he left. But I don't see it.
We'll get into kind of how that happened for our viewers that don't watch.
Anyway, so it was a beautiful back and forth, and since they know each other so well, because they are friends, there were so many counters, back and forth counters, which is why this match was such a wonderful match we were looking forward to, is because they know each other so well.
Each other in this industry.
So it's really was a test on who does it better. Who's the bigger dog here?
What did Swerve say? Who has that killer instinct?
Who has that killer instinct?
And he knew Ospreay's
a softie.
He knew Ospreay couldn't do it. He said it in the video package. Ospreay can't do it. He can't tap into that part of himself that I was able to.
Down the line of the match, the ref was accidentally taken out via Ospreay, and of course, what happens when a ref is out? Someone's got to come out, and this time it being Don Callis. What is he holding?
Really
his famous screwdriver. No, we are not surprised. He came out and handed a screwdriver to Ospreay, who refused yet again to use it. Every time Don Callis offered something, he goes, nah.
No.
There's a tentative contemplation first, but always followed by a hell no.
And it wasn't
That's
even
not him.
him contemplating using it on Swerve, but contemplating
What's
using
going
it on
here?
Nana. Yes.
Right.
And that was because Prince Nana pushed over Don Callis.
Well,
don't get involved.
Don't come out here. There's a chance you get injured. Anyone who comes out to ringside has that liability, that risk of getting injured. Oh well, sucks to suck.
Yeah, right.
Don't come out if you don't want to get shoved.
Right, I felt that.
Anyway, there were many close calls with this, but in the end, Swerve did retain. We did see at the end Swerve go in comfort.
Yes, gave him,
Ospreay.
even if you watch close enough, he even gave him a kiss on the head.
He did. He gave him a kiss on the temple. And I remember me and Darren looked at each other and we were just like...
That was...
Hands over, like hearts.
Sweet.
It's two people that are friends caring about each other.
Mm-hmm.
And one friend recognizing, hey, the other's going through a tough time.
So
he
good.
could use some extra support. Yeah. And he did that.
In an interview after this, Ospreay did reveal that he asked for this match to be in this place, to be at this time, because he wanted to prove that and wanted to show that Swerve is not a transitional champion like everybody is calling him, that he's not keeping the title warm for Ospreay until they get to Wembley.
Yeah, I know. I remember hearing about that he asked for him to lose this.
Mm-hmm. He wanted to lose this match to show
he didn't want
Swerve is not a transitional champion.
And not to mention, I think as his friend, I don't think he wanted to overshadow what Swerve did to get here.
Right.
He fought. He became bloody, battered, had a dread ripped out of his head. Like,
he
went through so much.
That Ospreay is the right person to take the head off of Swerve? Yes. I think it would be beautiful. I think you give it more time, though.
Let Swerve have it for a while. Yeah. He fought so hard for it.
Tooth and nail at this point, yeah.
Let him have it.
Jesus. And that does come to the end of our AEW Forbidden Door with New Japan Pro Wrestling, Stardom, and...
That door is so forbidden.
The other... I can't think off the top of my head. The other promotion that was part of this. But thank you again, Miss Hex, for joining me and being the continuous one to join me on this, as Brother Pyro is still absentee, unfortunately.
It's an honor. I love doing this.
Yes.
I've in text messages to Brother Pyro himself. He knows I love doing this with you guys.
And from the first time we brought you on when you were so skittish and you're I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. I just want one or two matches to name. Just to see you kind of come out of your comfort zone with this has been amazing.
I'm sure it translates in the podcast too from the first. I should really go back and listen to my first one.
Yeah, we definitely got to find your first one so we can say, hey, here it is versus this one.
Before and after.
Definitely. But
it was fun.
Thank you guys for being here, for still listening. If you have not already, please follow our socials. They are linked below in the description. That way, if we ever have a technical difficulty like this again, you are kept up to date, as we did post it on our Insta and our Twitter, or X as they call it.
Is there a platform in which Crossroads is the most active? Is it Twitter? Is it Insta? Where is it?
We are on kind of all. We are on Insta and Twitter. I will always be posting on our Twitter account if we are having technical difficulties. Brother Pyro does our TikTok account, so we're kind of all over the place. Eventually we'll even have a Facebook page for those that don't have either Instagram or Twitter. Yeah. So again, thank you guys. Thank you for being here, for listening, and we love you all.
Thank you, Tony Schiavone, for being wonderful.
Yes. And that's a laters.